Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. A lot going on in boxing. I'm going to give y'all a quick rundown of some things that's on my radar. I'm actually going to go live later on tonight. And when I go live, I'm going to be using this bit of this outline to kind of help guide us through some conversation. But let's just go ahead and start off with this. And this is something I'm seeing more and more people commenting on. Does Tank beat Crawford? Gervonta Tank Davis, Abdul Wahid. Matter of fact, what's his name now? Is his name Abdul Wahid? Is it Gervonta? Because I'm trying to remember. I don't even think they announced him as Abdul Wahid. But anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. Does he beat Crawford? Now that was a conversation that we were having, and I said Crawford would beat Tank. I just think when you look at IQ for IQ, they've got it. You know what I'm saying? Skill set wise, they've got it. But Crawford's got more reach. He knows how to, measure his distance. If you try to close the gap, Crawford knows how to create space. He knows how to counter you. Crawford just does everything right. And if he's a bigger opponent and has a reach advantage, he knows how to use that to pretty much freeze up his guys and then to get the shots off that he wants, right? So Crawford can control you. And I said with Gervonta is the truth. But, like they say, a good big man beats a good small man. But they both are evenly matched. But somebody mentioned something to me and made me think twice. They said, I hear you, Hood. Crawford is special. 2-time undisputed. Man could probably go and become a 3-time, 4-time, right? Because Father Time doesn't seem to be affecting Crawford. But they pointed something out. It's like, don't count out Gervonta. I think Gervonta will beat Crawford. And they said because he's smaller. Same way you think Crawford has an advantage of being bigger, taller, longer. They think Gervonta has the advantage because he's shorter, more compact. And like Ryan Garcia had a tough time landing his shots on Gervonta, Crawford would have a tough time landing his shots on Gervonta. Just like Gamboa was able to get off on Crawford when they were fighting at 135, they think Gervonta at 147 would be able to get underneath Crawford's shots like he did against Ryan and have huge success and land some shit that Crawford doesn't see, like Gamboa. And when they said that, I said, you know what, man? I could see that happening. But I'll leave that up to you all to leave in the comments on what you guys think. But when you take the emotion out of it and you really try to break this down and make sense of a Crawford-Gervonta Davis fight, really that fight could go either way. But you see, you can make an argument for Crawford to get the victory and possibly knock out Gervonta, but you can make the argument for Gervonta to, like this guy, like the gentleman said, get underneath those shots and possibly, get a win, knock out Crawford. I don't think anyone is wrong, but I think that would make for a real fun debate on who really wins that fight. Next thing is, what I have here is, what's his name, man? Well, I'll pull it up. Inoue and Espinoza. Can Inoue beat Espinoza? Similar conversation like Tank and Crawford. Inoue is very accomplished. Espinoza is accomplished, but not like Inoue. But at the same time, we're talking about a shorter, more explosive fighter, and we're talking about a taller fighter. Rafael Espinoza, unlike Crawford, right? He's not really looking to stay behind his jab and stay long. He will give up his natural advantages and fight on the inside. And as a result, I picked Espinoza and said Inoue should stay away from him. There were some people who came out and said, similarly to the individual who picked Tank to beat Crawford, said the same thing about Inoue. Espinoza will give up his natural advantages, likes to fight on the inside, is where he does most of his damage, and Inoue would have a good chance to not just knock Espinoza out connecting to the chin, but they're talking about the body damage, breaking out the windows. And I was like, damn, That is true. But you know, I think it's hard to break patterns of behavior. But I could see a guy like Espinoza, if he's the most effective when he's fighting on the inside and making it a typical Mexican brawl, a typical mash-up, crash-up. You know what I'm saying? That's probably where he would want to be. But if he can, you know, get long and stay behind the jab and frustrate Inoue and then start to get close and bang away at him, I think Espinoza has a good chance. But that's another fight where you take a look at it. I can definitely see Espinoza winning, but I can see Inoue winning that fight too. That can go either way. And to be honest with you, I kind of still lean to Espinoza because of how hard he hits. But goddamn, Inoue is explosive too. My only concern is Inoue is bubbling up. Does he have Gervonta Davis type generational power? You know, I don't know. Inoue is not out here hitting people with one shot, knocking them out cold. Tank is. Inoue hits you and hurts you, and then you can't recover. Tank knocks you out cold with one shot. That's the difference. And Inoue bubbling up again. You just say, oh man, he's just bubbling up 4 pounds of 126 from 122. Yeah, but those guys he's fighting, they're not going to come in the ring at 126. They'll weigh in at 126. But they're going to come in the ring a lot heavier. So again, I just don't see him having that impact on those bigger guys like he's able to do at the guys at 122. But we won't know until they fight because Inoue's a special fighter. But now he's starting to get to where maybe he's peaking. And anything above 122, maybe he has some success depending on the fighter. But maybe that's his threshold. That being said, if Inoue is going to go up to 126, should he fight Shushu first? Now, it's my understanding that when it comes to Inoue and his contract and his team, they want him to fight the biggest fights possible and only champions. So if he bumps up to 126, Shushu may not get the opportunity. Now, I'm going to tell you, Shushu, his last fight, definitely didn't look like he should be in the ring with Inoue. But, you know, maybe he just got in there and toyed around with his opponent to get a victory, to maybe lure Inoue into taking the fight. But at the same time, it kind of reminded me of Usyk and Chisora. Usyk didn't look that great against Chisora. Anthony Joshua took the bait, and then Usyk exploded on his ass, didn't he? And that could be kind of what Shushu and the fight he had. And then if Inoue was to say, I'll fight Shushu first, and then Shushu comes out and shocks the world and puts on the performance of his life. Again, we just have to wait and see. But I think I'm not so sure that Shushu was just playing possum. I don't know what happened. But what I will say, if Inoue goes up and decides to fight Shushu first, at this point right now, I'm kind of favoring Inoue. I was kind of favoring Shushu, but not now. Now, Ryan Garcia's future. And you'll hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. When it comes to Ryan Garcia's future, you know, I'll put it to you this way, right? He cheated, okay? It is what it is. But he's got a future in boxing. He got a future in whatever he decides to do. People like the guy. You know what I'm saying? They do. They like him, right? I don't think Ryan, it's almost like they feel sorry for him in a sense. And it's like, it's okay. You know, it's like if he went and murdered somebody, he would have all kind of fanatics, men and women, sending him gifts, sending him money, trying to break him out of jail. Like Ryan Garcia just seems to have that kind of effect on people. But it's almost like there's an empathy they have for him. You know what I'm saying? Or some kind of, I don't know what it is, but what he is kind of charismatic. And as far as his future in boxing, I think with time people forget about things. But the bottom line is he's put himself in a class with fighters who will forever be known as cheaters in boxing, right? Ryan Garcia is Gerald Big Baby Miller. Ryan Garcia, hey, look, he is Canelo. Canelo will always have the rumors about him cheating. Ryan Garcia is Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia is Fernando Vargas. These guys can say what they want and get mad. I mean, it's the truth. Whenever you talk about their names, they'll always bring up, guys who tested positive for banned substances. Ryan Garcia is Shane Mosley. So can he continue boxing? Of course he can. But what will he be known for? Probably being a guy with speed and power and a talented fighter whom no one really knows if he was or wasn't using banned substances, throughout his career. Even though we know he was knocking people out since he was a kid and as a teenager, but still, he's got that stigma on him now. It is what it is. So unless he can come out and battle this damn supplement company and fight this ban and this suspension and all this shit with the New York State Athletic Commission, and somehow get them to come out and say we were wrong, Ryan Garcia, there was some contaminated stuff that he took inadvertently, and we waived the suspension. Ryan Garcia forever is going to be with the class of those fighters who've taken it to the stupid. Now, content creators getting paid off. I had somebody accuse me of that. They said that they believe that I get paid to talk about certain fighters. I said, who? Hood Champion? Like, yo, man, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. How can somebody accuse me? I'll tell you what, who is it that I talk about and make it seem like this person walks on water? You tell me one fighter that I talk about. I'm not out here praising nobody. God damn it, if anything, I could come out being pretty harsh on these fighters. There's nobody. And I'm a fair guy. Just like I was saying, Ryan Garcia, something don't look like, they may be setting that man up. And then I just get quiet and paying attention. And then you see my opinion change. It's like, nah, it's something, the man cheated. I believe he cheated. But, I like to sit back and let things play out. Let me get some more information. Same thing with Tyson Fury. I was like, nah, I can't say he cheated against Deontay Wilder. There's no proof. I'm not buying into that. Hey, people said all kind of stuff about me. Oh, man, yeah, you are breaking down a brother. What the fuck are you talking about? Get out of here with that bullshit. That shit don't fly in this channel, okay? I don't even think like that, all right? The hell out of here. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And I didn't believe any of that crap about Tyson Fury. But after the second fight, the third fight, and the more stuff that I started finding out about who was involved with Tyson Fury, I mean, God damn it, I had to change my opinion on that. And then I came out and, I sensed down in my opinion. And I said, I think Tyson Fury cheated. And I did a 45-minute video. Just like right now, I just did a video about Ryan Garcia. And I'm telling you, I think he cheated. And again, I explained to myself why. But I don't favor anybody. I don't favor anyone. I'm trying to think. Maybe Tim Tszyu, if somebody wants to say something. Maybe Tim Tszyu, because I speak very positively about Tim Tszyu. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. But outside of that, you ain't really hearing me say too much about anyone. But I like Tim Tszyu. And trust me, Tim Tszyu, man, give me no goddamn money. I just like Tim Tszyu. I think Tim Tszyu gets busy. He's proven himself. Things happen against Fundora. He's still, to me, damn near killed Fundora in that fight, blasted his nose off his face. But I don't get it. But when it comes to content creators, I'm not one. But I do believe some of these guys are getting paid off. It's just like with crypto. You see some of these guys out here talking up certain coins because they're getting paid if they have huge platforms to come out here and promote a certain coin. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. And I do believe that's happening with these content creators. Don't ask me, hey man, well, who do you think? I ain't getting into all that. Because I don't care about what these dudes do. Because I'm a retired dude, man. Retired military motherfucker. You think I care about these bozos who got to do this shit for a living? I don't care if they're making money or not. You think I really care? Because my life is good. I do this shit because it's therapeutic. Motherfucker, I got PTSD, man. This shit helps me with my PTSD so I don't run out here and start round 2 of the killing spree with Claude and Ray. So I don't give a F what none of these guys do. But I just pay attention and I'm like, something ain't right there. And when I see videos, clips on Twitter, because there's so much shit on Twitter, with content creators hanging out with certain fighters, I'm like, what the hell is this? A bunch of them with a certain fighter. And I'm like, okay, so that's what they're doing. And that's why people say what they say. But that's about it. I don't care. But I think it's corny to come out here and say something that you don't genuinely feel. I mean, opinions change, right? I'll sit here and talk about a certain fighter, and then my opinion may change on him. But I'm not going to remain consistent if I feel like I'm seeing something different. You know what I'm saying? But when a person just refuses to speak against a fighter, that tells me that there's probably something else going on. You know, so it is what it is. Loma's chance against Tank. Let me tell y'all something, man. Does Loma have a chance against Tank? Any boxer has a chance against anyone, right? But, let's hold our horses and not take it to the stupid, right? Tank will tranquilize Lomachenko. I get it. Some people are, Loma's going to beat Tank down. It's going to be Tank's toughest fight. The angles, the kamikaze, the jump kick, the backflip, the swimming, the ping pong ball, the tennis ball, the goddamn paintball, the ball. It's like, yo, Jesus Christ. Y'all going to take it to the stupid on this Loma? Loma and Tank? Man, Loma's going to put the pressure on Tank. Where? Who, what, when, where, why, how? And Loma go get in there with Tank and get his ass binged. There's something that we need. This right here is the truth, right? Tank starts off slow. Loma starts off slow. So how is Loma going to get in there and walk down Tank and stress out Tank and then tranquilize Tank? What's wrong with y'all? That isn't going to happen. What could happen is Loma, if he decides to get in there and put his foot on the gas, is he may come in there trying to do some of that cutesy shit, back handspring, front handsprings, standing on his hands, walking on his hands, head spin, somersault, windmilling, electric boogaloo and all that bullshit. He will get tranquilized. 4 rounds, he'll get his ass banged out. Tank ain't Devin Haney. Tank can get shots off from weird angles, and he's explosive. Tank reminds me of Zab Judah. When Zab Judah was in his prime, and the way he was able to contort his body and get shots off, and that left hand shoots out of nowhere. Let me tell you something. Loma will probably touch up Tank here and there because Loma's elite. But in order for him to get in there and try to do that, trying to throw those flurries and all that on Tank and to step out on angles and this and turn him, that shit ain't gonna work. Tank will trip him, throw his ass down. Tank will have Lomachenko in there shitting bricks. I'm telling you. That shit don't go past 4 rounds in my opinion. As soon as Tank hits him with the mega boom left hook, Lomachenko hauls ass back for Ukraine. Matter of fact, he may cross Ukraine and head over into Russia with the Ukrainian uniform on and rather deal with fighting them Russians on their soil than messing with goddamn Tank in the ring. So Loma's chance against Tank, I mean, anything can happen, but more than likely, within 4, Tank destroys him. Now, Regis Prograis just signed and agreed to a fight with Jack Catterall. It's on, right? But yo, hold your horses and let's not take it to the stupid. Catterall can scrap. Regis used to be able to scrap. I like Regis Prograis, man. I really do. Like his story. Come from the Inoue, Katrina, got to Texas, Houston, started boxing late. Man's athletic, he's got power, he's talented, he can fight. But Regis ain't the Regis that fought Josh Taylor back in the day. He's not that guy, man. And for him to get in there with Catterall, but again, Catterall's not Devin Haney. He's not trying to stay behind a long jab, box you, counter you, move, turn you. Catterall's coming to fight. That's going to give Regis opportunities. But if Regis can't pull the trigger, I'm telling you, man, he is going to be put in the same category with Andy Ruiz, with Blair Cobb, with Adrian Broner, with Deontay Wilder. I mean, he's no longer going to be considered a championship level fighter. Regis has to win this fight. But you look at Regis, okay, his back's against the wall. He's going to come out swinging. But you look at Catterall, he's got the confidence. He's riding a wave. And Regis has to figure out a way to stop that shit. Can he do it? I don't know. But Eddie Hearn's onto something over there with these 140-pounders that he signed. Eddie Hearn got a nice little stable of 140-pounders. And he's sitting back right now. Eddie Hearn is smiling all the way to the bank. Eddie Hearn showing all 32 teeth. Eddie Hearn out here just... he got that goddamn British... He happy. Because he's out here bubbling. With or without the Saudis, Eddie Hearn is out here getting paid. And his fighters are getting paid too. That's a good thing about Eddie Hearn. That being said, y'all leave your comments below and let me know what you think. That's a little 20-minute rundown, man. Right? Keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Hood Champion is in the breeze.